Hello and welcome to the Flyer Flight Time for Friday, April 11th. I'm Alex Toms.
And I'm Emily.
The weather has finally warmed up. The snow is melting and there is a lot of activities happening. Spring sports are finally able to go outside, and so are some of the classes. Mr. Plouffe's agriculture class have a lot of outdoor excitement happening. He will be able to make his classes collect sap and make maple syrup.
Yes, good morning everybody. My name is Doug Plouffe. I'm the vocational agriculture teacher here at Little Falls. And we're pleased to invite you in today to a small room we make called the Maple Evaporating Room. And we're excited today because we get to go out and tap trees. It's now the 31st of March and it's really quite late for us to be tapping trees. We're usually on average about tapping about the 15th. I thought I would introduce you a little bit to what maple syrup evaporation is like. We have a two-system evaporator here, and on this end of the evaporator is a large evaporating pan with a lot of fins and surface area that can do a major amount of evaporation. We usually try to evaporate somewhere between 5 to 15 gallons an hour, and when the machine is in full operation and everything's heated up and cooking, we're at about 15 gallons of maple sap an hour that we evaporate. But today we're going to be going out and trying to see if we can procure some sap from the trees. That process involves taking some taps out and actually drilling some holes in the trees. What we use is we have a very simple process. The kids will just drill a hole in the tree. It's a 5/16 inch hole, and then we'll be placing a spile in it. The spile is actually a hollow tube of aluminum, and it's got a bevel to it so that when we put it into the tree, it sticks in there and holds the spile in place. Generally, we drill into the tree about 2 to 3 inches into what's called the sapwood of the tree, or the xylem, and that'll yield our sap each day. For each tap, we'll then hang up what's called a sap sack holder and bag. The sap sack holder and bag is a nice blue bag that reflects ultraviolet light and keeps bacteria from growing, and the spile actually hangs on here, so the sap will drip directly into the bag, and each bag holds about 4.5 gallons. During the season, the trees will yield somewhere around 10, maybe 15 gallons of sap, and from that 10 or 15 gallons of sap, we will reduce it to our syrup. This shows a 4.5 gallon bucket, and for every 4.5 gallon bucket of sap that we get, we will end up with 1 pint of actual syrup. Why don't you come back another day when we're boiling, and we will actually give you an idea of how the evaporator works, and it'll be a good learning experience for you. Thank you.
After the collection of the sap, the students were able to evaporate the liquid into syrup. I've been told by several people that their hard work is delicious on pancakes.
Congratulations to the Little Falls Economic Challenge State Champion teams. Jessica Durfee, Vanessa Meschke, Jack Schulte, and Blake Toso competed earlier this week for the state title. They will now move on to an elimination test to determine if they will advance to the national finals in New York City.
Summer community service forms are available in the activities office for SAS, cross-country and Nordic skiing programs being offered this summer.
Public service announcements. You hear them every day, asking you to donate to a cause or to do something healthy for yourself. Mrs. Warner's video class has been exploring, researching, and creating some public service announcements that will address some of these social issues. Over the next few weeks, we will be showing you some of our finished PSAs. Here's one to get us started.
That was one handsome man, and he has a really nice message to come across too. Not only is listening to loud music really bad for you, but I don't want to hear your music.
Yeah, seriously. Stop. And now over to Shane with our activities.
A reminder that the last day to order your school yearbook is April 23rd. The books are scheduled to be delivered on the afternoon of Day of Caring. Congratulations to An Do for earning a spot in the state speech competition. The event will take place this weekend in the Twin Cities. Good luck, An. The Knowledgeable State competition will take place today at Cragun's Resort, and depending on how warm the weather is affecting things, the baseball team is supposed to have a home game Saturday against Perham. Let's see if the sun can dry out the field in time. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Shane. It's now time for trivia. Last week our question was, what was the first novel to be written on a typewriter? The correct answer was The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. And now for this week's question.
What was the only part of the current United States invaded by the Japanese during World War II? What was the only part of the current United States invaded by the Japanese during World War II?
The email to send in your answer is video@isd482.org. Please remember to send your name of your advisory with your answer.
We have been giving you some interesting facts for a few weeks now. Here are some more.
Did you know the state drink is milk, and the highest point in Minnesota is Eagle Mountain, and Minnesota has 90,000 miles of shoreline?
And the population of the state of Minnesota is 4,919,479 people.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Alex. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Flyer Flight Time.